Hello, this is Spartan Commander, and this is the 623rd Rome Total War Brotherhood game that I've put onto YouTube. Straight away, you'll see us host on a custom map hosted by Brotherhood member Crypto. Okay, our first teammate here is a Brotherhood member Mad King. Now, Mad King has got 17 Sacred Band Spearmen and 3 light long shield cavalry. Quick look at the upgrades on his long shield cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll see he's got 8 upgrades on that light cavalry. 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So it'll be interesting to see how well he does with that army during the course of the battle. I noticed no slingers there. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member Viriato. We haven't seen Viriato for a long time, so it's nice to see him back on RTW. Now, Viriato has got 16 infantry and 4 cavalry. Okay, 16 infantry and 4 cavalry, so he's gone heavy on the infantry there. So it'll be interesting to see how well that army does during the course of the battle. Okay, our next teammate is Brotherhood member TR, who has unusually bought a Germanic faction. Now, TR has got 4 chosen axemen, 1 knight raider, 5 archers, 3 berserkers, and 5 cavalry. So he's certainly got a lot of different units in this army. You can see you got the knight raiders there. They're good infantry in their own right, but they also bring a fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. Also, he's got the chosen axemen. Of course, these do exactly what it says on the tin. They're effective against armor, and they cut big, heavy swathes through heavily armored troops. So make no mistake, they're pretty good infantry there. And then, of course, we've got an unusual unit here, the Screeching Women. Okay, now these, you know that barbarian factions haven't got very good morale. With these Screeching Women, when they're screeching, they actually give morale to their troops. Okay, so they're a good unit to bring to give that extra morale boost to Germania. As I say, barbarian factions haven't got very good morale, so they're a good unit to bring. And then we go to the infamous berserkers here. Now remember, these berserkers got 2 hit points, excellent specifications, excellent attack, and also they bring a massive fear factor that, of course, as we said before, takes morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, making them more susceptible to routing. And of course, they've got those effective against armor maces too. And just look at the size of those berserkers in comparison to ordinary troops. So you can see, just look at the size of them there in this game. Just goes to show how tough they are. Okay, and just quick look at the upgrades on his Gothic cavalry there, and you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. That's if you have a look at the specification on that cavalry, you'll find them really elite. You put those type of upgrades on, and that really makes them kind of like super cavalry. So that's an interesting Germanic army there. And our last teammate is myself, Spartan Commander, who just got his very old Roman army of 12 infantry and 6 cavalry. Okay, so a reasonably diverse team here, with Carthage with Mad King, we've got Rome with Viriato, we've got Germania with TR, and of course myself with Rome. It should be a cracking battle, and I hope you enjoy it. And here is the other team. We have the host of this battle, Brotherhood member Crypto here, and he's got 8 infantry, 6 archers, and 6 cavalry. Okay, quick look at the upgrades on his infantry. Now, he's only got 8 infantry, so I'm expecting good upgrades, but oh no, just gold shield, gold attack on his infantry there. I see that he's actually bought an eagle unit there to give a general morale bonus, an eagle morale bonus there to his infantry, but only 8 infantry. Is that enough for the modern day battlefield? Let's have a look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm thinking they're going to be good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 upgrades. Fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry. Okay, so he's got fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. And that makes that cavalry super cavalry. But will that make up for just only having 8 infantry? I guess we'll just have to see. As we know, with those type of upgrades, fully upgraded Praetorian cavalry, as I say, that makes them super cavalry, but only 8 infantry. Just have to wait and see, I suppose. Now, if you notice here, you're thinking, well, that seems to be a lot of archers to bring to 31k battlefield, but of course what you'd like to do is target our barbarian ally there, TR. Remember, all barbarian troops are extremely susceptible to archer damage there, so that's why Crypto's got those 6 archers there to try and inflict a lot of damage on our Germanic ally there. Okay, their next teammate is Brotherhood member Barclayman here, who's got his second faction of choice, which is Pontus. Now, Barclayman has just got 14 pikes and 6 heavy chariots. Okay, 14 pikes, 6 heavy chariots. Quick look at the upgrades. You'll see that he's got just gold shield, gold attack on the forward elements, forward units of his battle formation, because they'll take the pilers and they'll make first contact with the enemy, and the enemy have still got to fight down those massively long pikes to kill the man on the other end. If we look further back in his battle formation there, you'll see he's got 8 upgrades, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack there. So that's pretty good. But if you look even further back, you'll see that he has got fully upgraded pikemen there, 9 upgrades, 3 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack. So he's got staggered upgrades through his battle formation, but they are all pretty well upgraded. And then he's got his heavy chariots. Now remember, these heavy chariots bring a big attacking specification. They got a massive fear factor, taking morale away from enemy troops, destabilizing them, and they can be battle winning troops. But as we've seen before, if they run amok, they will kill both friend and foe alike and become a menace to both friend and foe alike. So it really is a double-edged sword bringing chariots. As I say, they can be battle winning troops, but they can also destroy your allies if they run amok and makes your allies quite angry. Okay, their next teammate is brother member Pompey. Now Pompey's just got 10 infantry, 4 archers, 5 cavalry and an armoured cavalry general. Okay, so let's say he's only got 10 infantry here. Let's have a look at the upgrades on his infantry there. I'm guessing as he's only got 10 infantry, he's upgraded his infantry well. No, just gold shield, gold attack on his infantry. Okay, now with just 10 infantry there, I thought they'd have had good upgrades on, but he hasn't done that. Let's go have a quick look at the upgrades on his cavalry. I'm thinking he must have upgraded his cavalry well. Yeah, he's got 8 upgrades on his cavalry, 2 experience stripes, gold shield, gold attack on his cavalry. So that's pretty good. And as I say, you can see he's got the old school armoured cavalry general. Remember, all of us used to bring this as our cavalry general up to about maybe 12 years ago or so, when most of us switched to an infantry general. So this is definitely old school, old fashioned tactic here. Be interesting to see how Pompey uses that fast moving unit. And of course, he's got his 4 archers as well, once again, as we said earlier, to target our Germanic ally. Okay, that's why the enemy team have got so many archers there. It's to try and target, as I say, our Germanic ally. And their last teammate is Brotherhood member Steve Longshanks, who's got the Greek cities faction. Now Steve has got 14 Spartans and 4 archers. Okay, but just have a look at his battle formation here. Okay, now this is a new modern way of using pikes and spears, I've noticed. Okay, instead of the old school close tight formation. Those of you that watch our battle videos regularly will know that when I bring Spartans, I bring the old fashioned, old school tight close formation, but this is the new modern way of using pikes and spears. Just look at that battle formation there, very flexible, I would say. And is this a battle formation that you recognise and that you would use yourself if you were on the 31k battlefield? It'll be interesting to see how well this battle formation does during the course of the battle. Okay, so they're quite a diverse team as well. They've got Rome with Crypto. They've got Pontus with Barclayman. They've got Brutii with Pompey. And, of course, they've got Greek cities with Steve. Let's say it should be a cracking battle for you to watch there. And let's say with all these archers here. And it wouldn't surprise me if Pompey was aggressive right from the beginning of the battle. Okay, at this stage of the battle, I just thought I'd give you a heads up about the enemy team we're facing. The enemy team that we're facing have just won 4 games in a row. Okay, they've really gelled well as a team. You know what I mean by that? Veterans watching this know what I mean. They're all on the same page. They're all on the same wavelength. They kind of know what each other's going to do almost before they do it. And they've just had 4 really good wins here. Okay, so this team that we're facing here, they're going to be full of confidence. They've got the winning momentum going forward. You know what I mean? When you play RTW, you get nights where you just can't lose, and of course you get that winning momentum, you get that confidence, and that's what this team opposite us have done all night. Okay, so they've won, as I say, 4 games in a row, and they're full of confidence. As I say, they've got that winning momentum going forward. They're really gelled as a team, and of course we're looking at this game here, and I think we've probably got low confidence. There you can see we're probably, we've just lost 4 games in a row. We've got low confidence. We're probably thinking that this is probably going to be another win for the other team, even though you don't want to. And it wouldn't surprise me if we went a little bit defensive, because obviously when you're on a losing streak, you feel you can't get out of that sometimes. It should be a good one for you to watch. Okay, it's very, very early stage of the battle. As we thought, Pompey being very aggressive, as he always is here. He'd love to get his archers in range of those moving Carthaginian troops there, so that he could shoot them with his arrows as they were moving. And that's what I was expecting him to do there, but he looks like he's just going to leave his archers there. Notice his archers are backed up by his well-upgraded cavalry, so that if we tried any lightning cavalry attack on his archers, as I say, he's got that cavalry to back them up. But as I say, he would love to get in the range of the Carthaginians there, so he can shoot them in the side. You can see Mad King's long shield light cavalry moving up to the flank, and he would love to hit those archers, but not with that cavalry right behind them. Okay, at this still very early stage of the battle here, you can see we've gone quite defensive here. As I say, we've been on a losing streak now for 4 games, and as I say, our morale's a bit low. And I think, you know, like when you're on a losing streak and you feel you can't win, you kind of just start going a bit defensive. You know, you kind of pull your antennae in a bit. You know what I mean? You just feel that the best thing to do is if you go defensive and stay close to each other, that's the best thing to do against this victorious team that we're fighting here. As I say, the victorious team there has got all the momentum coming forward into this 5th battle, and my guess is they're expecting to win it. And probably psychologically, in the back of our minds, we're thinking we're going to get beaten again. You know what you're like on a losing streak. Okay, at this very, very early stage of the battle here, you can see Pompey using his fast-moving armoured cavalry general there, harassing, haranguing, and disrupting. Okay, as I say, many years ago, up to about 12, 13 years ago, you'd see us all bring this armoured cavalry general, and just look at the versatility of this unit here for harassing. As I say, you're harassing and haranguing the enemy, you're causing disruption, you can make the enemy generals kind of frustrated and a bit angry, and they might make rash decisions with their own units that you can take advantage of then. But as I say, just look at the way that he's moving that fast-moving unit around the battlefield there. As I say, I'm surprised more people don't give the armoured cavalry general a try, you know, in 2022. And there, look at that unit. I thought it was going to bang into the side of that infantry unit there. But as I say, he's using it, look, to move around, and it's such a fast-moving unit. If you try and use your archers on it, you won't. That unit won't suffer any casualties because it's so fast-moving. If you throw pilots at it while it's moving, you're not going to cause many casualties. There you are. Look, it's coming back again. Look, trying to attract enemy archer fire. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So as I say, you can see all the enemy archers coming forward here, and as I say, they would love to target our Germanic ally. Okay, remember that barbarian units are very, very susceptible to archer damage there, and that's why the enemy team have got all those archers there. And then what they would really like to target is his berserkers, knowing how powerful those units are. Okay, you can see TR's archers here are shooting back at the enemy team, but as I say, the enemy team would probably like to take his archers out first, then concentrate their archer fire on his main infantry, including his berserkers. But look at this cavalry unit, get ready for this, and bang, as he smashes in there with that fast moving armoured cavalry general. As I say, this is such a versatile unit, and used correctly, it can be a really effective tool on the battlefield there. As you can see, Pompey using it there. As I say, it's very old school, very old fashioned. When I watch this, it takes me back 12, 13 years. Smash into that archer unit, look, and bang, as he hits into that archer unit, and it will move that fast moving unit out before that heavy cavalry unit can hit it there. Okay, he might have just been caught up, but he would move that fast moving armoured cavalry general away from heavy cavalry there. As I say, it is a very useful tool on the modern day battlefield, even today. You know, as I say, I attacked it from many years ago. Here you can see myself and Viriato have moved our Scipii armies forward here towards the enemy team. Now, as I say, the enemy team have just won 4 battles in a row. They're going to be full of confidence. They've got the winning momentum with them as well. And as I say, we could be very tempted to just go into our shell and go defensive here, but if you notice, we are attacking. Both Viriato and myself are moving forward there with our Carthage ally behind us, but the way that we're moving here, that we've left, or possibly left, our left flank open here. You can see the enemy moving their archers in there to start shooting into us, and this is the higher part of the map as well. Remember, we looked at this map before. It slopes down, and the higher part is up here, and you can see the Brutii and Pontus army there can move around our left flank. if we're not careful here. Okay, so as I say, they've got the archers here on the slightly higher part of the slope to shoot down on us. Remember, when they've got the downhill advantages there, their arrows go further and do more damage. But as I say, you can see Viriato and myself here moving towards the enemy troops. As I say, we've just lost 4 games in a row, our team, so we could go into our shell quite easily and become defensive. But as you can see, we are trying to take the battle to the enemy here and trying not to be defensive, but as I say, when you're on a losing streak, it is very easy to go defensive, and as I say, kind of go into your shell a bit here. Okay, let's pause again for a second. Okay, so just like to show you here where Barclayman's positioned his chariots. Can you see he's moved his chariots around the battlefield there? They've got them in various positions ready to charge in for when he wants them to go in there. As I say, here you can see he's got chariots here that he would probably link up with the enemy SBQ or cavalry, who are also ready to charge into our flank. He's got those 2 chariots there, and if we move over to the other flank there, you'll see that he's got 2 more of his chariots over on that flank as well. So he's got 3 directions that he can charge in using those chariots. Now that could maybe prove pivotal during the course of the battle. You can see Pompey moving his Brutii infantry round this left flank of ours towards Viriato's flank. But as I say, both Viriato and myself here moving our Scipii armies forward here towards the enemy troops. Now can you see Steve here is attacking with his long formation here of Greek cities. Okay, we looked at his formation earlier, very spread out, very wide formation here, and if you notice here, he is now, with such a wide formation, attacking both my army and Viriato's army here. Okay, you can see there now that he's actually holding and pinning both Viriato's and my army here with his Greek cities. So as I say, that may well be part of the enemy plan there, to try and pin and hold us while they get their other armies round our flanks. But as I say, you can see here, that's exactly what Steve's doing, pinning and holding us with his Greek cities army there. As I say, I think the team has won most of their battles because of good planning here, and obviously this is a battle tactic that they've decided. Pin and hold with the Spartans while they start moving their armies round our flanks, and I think that you can see that's what the plan is of the enemy team here. Looks to me like Steve's really making inroads into the forward units of my Scipii army there, but you can see Mad King, being a good teammate that he is, bringing his Carthage Sacred Band over here to support us. Right, let's pause the game for a second here. So here you can see Mad King bringing over Sacred Band Spearmen here to try and neutralise these attacking Spartan units. So as I say, good teamwork there by Mad King. And over here you can see he's sending more units there to help Viriato against those Spartans as well. So as I say, nice bit of teamwork there by Mad King there. But look at all this Brutio army coming in on our flank here. Okay, now that looks quite dangerous to me. And if you notice here, can you see this massive cavalry charge of Pontus with his 8 upgraded cavalry smashing into the flank of Viriato's infantry? Now that could cause a mass rout there, because it's a hammer and anvil attack. Steve's Greeks being the anvil, and of course the Brutio cavalry being the hammer there. And bang, as they smash in there. Look at the impact and penetration of that Brutio cavalry. Hammer and anvil attack there for Viriato's Scipio units there. As I say, Steve's Spartans being the anvil, and Pompey's cavalry being the hammer there. And all the time, look at how they've positioned their archers here on the higher part of the slope, shooting down into us here. So well done. That's well done to their positioning of their archers. But as I say, they're really pushing in here. And you see that armoured cavalry general, look, Pompey still targeting our archer units with that. And as I say, that's a massive hit there with his Brutio cavalry straight into the flank of Viriato's infantry. But once again here you can see Mad King, as I say, being a good teammate that he is, taking those Sacred Band spear units forward there to try and neutralise those Greek city units and neutralise that cavalry attack coming in on our flank. Okay, so this left flank of ours is going to be a real problem during the course of the battle, because if you just look here, you can see all of Pompey's infantry and cavalry on this flank, plus look at the mass pikes of Pontus coming around that flank as well. Okay, so make no mistake here, they're going to get a 5th victory and roll us up from left to right here. As I say, they got the winning momentum from the other 4 games they've won here. You can see Viriato's unit starting to rout here under the pressure. But when that rolling up attack comes in from the left flank, make no mistake, this battle will be over quite quickly there. That's a nice move by the enemy team. As I say, here you can see the berserkers, those berserkers that they've been greatly weakened by archer fire. You can see the dead berserkers on the ground here, where they've been hit by enemy archer fire there. So my guess is that most of TR's archers have been killed now, and the enemy can now turn their archer fire on these powerful units, possibly the most powerful units in the game, the berserkers. Here you can see Mad Kings sent over those sacred band units to try and neutralize those Greek cities that are attacking the forward units of my army there. Great support there. As I say, you can see that Crypto's thrown his SBQR infantry into the fray as well, but there you can see some of Steve's Greek city units are starting to rout there under the impact of those Carthaginian sacred band units hitting them here. Okay, so here comes the berserkers. Okay, they've been battle damaged, but if you see them go red, they are then activated. Okay, wait for their banners to go red. There you go. Can you see their banners have now gone red? Those berserkers have now been activated, and they will attack. They will attack now the nearest enemy units, which they've done. Right. Okay, so there you are. You can see all 3 berserker units. They may well be battle damaged from enemy archer fire, but they still got the fear factor. Look at that. Let's see. Frightened, unhappy, seeing friends routing. So that's lowering their morale. You can see they're already seeing friends routing there, so that's lowering their morale. But those berserkers, make no mistake, are taking a lot of morale away from enemy troops. If you notice here, I'm going to charge my cavalry and infantry in there to make the most of those berserkers' attack. Okay, so I'm going to ram home the attack with my cavalry and infantry with those berserkers there. So as I say, we're going to ram home the attack. We got Germanic cavalry there coming in. But as you can see here, can you see that Barclayman is now bringing in his chariots to smash into the flank of our attacking troops there. Okay, but as I say, we're trying to smash Crypto's SBQR army here if we can on our right flank. If we go up the battle line here, you can see lots of Steve's units are starting to rout now under the pressure of my infantry and the Carthage Sacred Band units that Mad King sent over. As we go up the battle line here, you can see a Mad King holding the line really well with his Carthaginians, but look at all these Pontus pikemen there and the enemy Brutii infantry starting to move in on our left flank, as I say, looking to roll us up from left to right. Okay, so as I say, that was a quick look up the battle line here, but here we're trying to smash Crypto's SBQR army here. Okay, you see the berserkers going in, you can see my cavalry assisting the berserkers, and bang, as they smash in there. Look at the impact there of my cavalry and the berserkers and the Germanic cavalry as well. Right, okay, so can you see here the enemy cavalry unhappy to see friends routing? Unhappy to see friends routing there. Okay, so when units see their friends routing, their morale drops like a stone, and you can see all this enemy infantry now routing, and the cavalry units there are now unhappy about seeing their allies routing. So of course their morale is going to be low, so we're going to try and smash into that cavalry. Remember, that's really well upgraded that Crypto's cavalry are there. I'm not sure that, I think they are fully upgraded, so we're trying to take them out. But look at Barclayman's chariots coming in behind us now. But as I said, here we're trying to smash the SBQR army. I think we've taken out all of Crypto's infantry there, but here comes the chariots. Here comes Barclayman's chariots, and bang! Notice he's going for my general there with that chariot unit. You can see those 3 chariot units coming in. Don't forget, they've got a big fear factor as well. So they're charging in as well. Look at that, as you can see them charging in there. But that I'm glad to say that chariot unit has just routed but hasn't gone amok, so I'm pleased about that. Meanwhile, I'm using my cavalry to try and chase down these routing enemy troops here. We don't want them to rally, so I'm going to try and chase them down there, keep them from rallying there. But as I say, going back to this part of the battlefield, you can see those chariots charging in, and as I say, you can see the enemy Brutii charge coming in here. You can see the chariots charging in there. You can see with a big fear factor there, frightened by chariots, look. And then you got all the Pontus and Brutii cavalry smashing in behind us here. As I say, Brutii and Pontus here looking to roll us up from left to right. Okay, now this is a nice move here. You can see, look at those long pikes of Pontus there, really pushing. You can see lots of our units starting to rout. Viriato and our Carthage allies starting to rout here as we're being rolled up from left to right there by those mass of Pontus pikes and the Brutii infantry. As I say, here's a nice move here. You can see all the enemy archers that have been shooting into us all game, and you can see that Mad King is bringing some of his fast moving light cavalry here to take out those archers if he can. You can see them charging in there, and bang, as he charges in with that light cavalry there to take out these archers, as I say, that have been shooting into us all game. Okay, so there's a general overview of the battle as it stands at the moment. You can see I'm sending my Scipii infantry into the attack there as we're moving up towards the Pontus and Brutii troops there. I think we've taken out all of Crypto's SBQR infantry, but of course he's still got his maximum upgraded cavalry. Okay, let's pause the game for a second here. So here you can see, as I say, most of Crypto's army, all his infantry, and I think archers as well, have been routed, and we are now moving up from right to left here to try and counter the Brutii and Pontus attack coming in on our left flank. Just looking to roll us up here. Okay, you can see all this Brutii infantry and the chariots and the Brutii cavalry there all pushing on us, plus all those Pontus pikemen. Over here, as I say, I'm still trying to chase down those enemy cavalry units there, trying to stop them from rallying, because make no mistake, those units are fully upgraded cavalry. So, you know, the last thing we want is for them to rally there, but I see there's a lot of enemy cavalry over here as well, that Brutii cavalry. So, maybe I don't want to chase that SBQR cavalry anymore, because I don't want to fight the Brutii and SBQR cavalry there. Can you see? I don't want to do that. It might be the best thing to pull my cavalry back away from them, because, as I say, I would be outnumbered, and they've got very good upgrades in comparison to my cavalry. But here you can see, remember, we are the blue Brutii, the blue Scipii and Carthage here, and here is Steve still got his Spartan general left. But I see all the Greek cities' army has been taken out. So we've taken out all of Crypto's infantry and all of the Spartans as well. Let's just pause the game for a second here. So what I'm thinking with my cavalry here, what I'd like to do is smash my cavalry into those Pontus pikemen. Now what I'm thinking is, we know Pontus hasn't got very good morale. If I could smash into them before they can turn their pikes to face my cavalry, we got a good chance of maybe causing a mass rout. Okay, so that's what I'd like to do, smash into them with my cavalry. I'm also attacking their forward units with my infantry as well. But can you see how those long pikes of Pontus there are holding my infantry back? Can you see that one soldier of mine? Look, can you see, look, he's just going to be stabbed in the chest by that long pike there. So as I say, you can see how those long pikes are holding my infantry back there, but I'm still going to smash them with my cavalry and attack them from the front with my infantry there, hopefully in a hammer and anvil attack. Right, here goes my cavalry. Get ready for this, and bang, as they smash in there. Now what I'd like to see is a mass rout of Pontus, but I don't think I'm going to get that here. I think some of those Pontus pikes have managed to turn to face my cavalry. Okay, as I say, I'm throwing my infantry in there as well. And here you can see at the back there, the enemy are making inroads into us here. So as I say, I've charged my cavalry in, I'm charging my infantry forward there. You can see our sacred band ally there fighting the Brutii, all that Brutii infantry pushing in on us as well. Okay, so this battle is right up in the air here. As I say, look at that Brutii cavalry and infantry. You've got that really well upgraded, fully upgraded SBQR cavalry there as well. And as I say, this battle is on a knife edge as it stands at the moment. Okay, let's say here you can see, unfortunately, our allies, Viriato's general, has just been taken out. And you can see here a lot of our troops have been taken out here, and here comes that SBQR cavalry charging in there, bang, as it smashes in there. But as I say, Viriato's general has been taken out there. I've got my cavalry locked and loaded. I'm going to take a chance and try and smash into that Pontus pikes again. Look, I'm bang as I charge in there, trying to take out as many as I can. If you notice here, I'm moving my Scipii infantry out round the flank of those Pontus pikemen. I don't want to take them on head on, because that's what they want. I want to try and get in behind those Pontus pikemen with my infantry. Okay, it's time for me to pull my cavalry back. I've done the damage that I can to those Pontus pikemen, as much as I can there. But as I say, if you look at the enemy, remember the enemy are Pontus, green Brutii, and purple SBQR cavalry. Okay, so you've got all of Pompus Brutii army there, all of Pontus army there, and the SBQR fully upgraded cavalry. Okay, so that's the enemy team. Everything else is us. Okay, you can see that Pompus General's cavalry unit still alive there, still harassing and haranguing with that general. We've just taken his general out. That's good news for us. But if you notice here, can you see I've got my infantry here? I'm just going to pause the game for a second. Now look at the ground here. Can you see the enemy are on the higher part of the sloping ground there? So they're going to have a downhill or downslope attack onto my infantry. Now make no mistake, their cavalry is locked and loaded in wedge formation there for more penetration, more damage, ready to smash into my infantry there, okay? Here you can see the Brutii infantry coming in from Pompey there, charging into us. So this could be a make or break of the battle. Steve's general's just been taken out, so that's good news for us. Okay, but that cavalry locked and loaded on that higher ground is going to smash into my infantry. Make no mistake about that. They can see my infantry is fighting that Brutii infantry, and that cavalry is going to charge in. Now this could be a pivotal part of the battle here, right? See all their cavalry coming in together there. Here they come on that downslope advantage. Get ready for this, and bang, and bang, and finally that last cavalry unit, and bang, as they smash into my infantry there. Now I just want to show newer players to this. Okay, all that cavalry just smashed into me, but I've still held. Now I've got my general there, which of course would be giving morale, but all the infantry has got an experience stripe on. If that was just gold shield, gold attack infantry, my guess is they would have routed on impact. But because all my infantry's got an experience stripe on, they've managed to hold there against that massive cavalry attack. I'm now going to counter attack with my battle damaged cavalry. I'm going to throw them into the fray as well. Get ready for this, and bang, as they charge in there as well. So my infantry held, and I've managed to counter-attack with my battle-damaged cavalry as well there. So I'm really pleased there that we managed to hold, because I think, as I say, if I just had gold shield, gold attack infantry there, they would have probably routed with that cavalry attack, and that would have been a turning point in this battle. I think that would have been a pivotal part of the battle. Here I can see the enemy cavalry attacking again, look, and bang, as they charge in there. I'm still moving my infantry forward towards them, plus I've got one of Mad King's Sacred Band spear units there moving forward towards them as well. Okay, so you can see we've got quite a good force there moving towards that cavalry. As I say, don't forget, Crypto's SBQR cavalry is fully upgraded, and he's been using that cavalry extremely well. Okay, so you can see there that we're moving towards the cavalry there. As I say, if that cavalry attack had routed my Scipii army, could have really changed the battle around here. But as I say, that experience strike kept them standing strong there against that massive cavalry attack. And as I say, you can see Mad King has got that Sacred Band spear unit in front of my infantry there to protect against any more cavalry attacks coming down. Nice bit of teamwork there. As I say, you can see Pompey still moving his cavalry and infantry about here. He's going to charge in again, look, going for those Germanic archers, I think there. Bang, as he charges in there. But if you notice here, you can see, once again, Crypto's taking the higher ground, and looks like he's going to charge into Viriato's Scipii troops there. But maybe he might pull back there. He did, because I think he saw those Carthage Sacred Band spearmen coming towards him here. But Viriato's infantry moving, if they get hit while they're moving, they could well be routed by that well-upgraded cavalry. If you notice, I'm running my Scipii infantry over there to support Viriato, and here comes that fully upgraded SBQR cavalry, and bang, as it smashes in there. Look at Viriato's unit starting to rout on impact from that cavalry. Look at the penetration of that cavalry as they got from that down slope charge there. You can notice how we're charging in, and we've managed to rout most of those cavalry units there, and I think it looks like our team has managed to go on and actually win this battle. Okay, so as I say, the enemy team has just won 4 battles there, and I think they were probably expecting to win this 5th one, but we managed to pull it out of the bag there, if you like. Just look at how massive this battle is, though. I mean, over here, if we go all the way over here, you can see it is a massive battlefield here. Let's say if you look at these areas here, you can see there's like skirmishing here. As we move further into the battlefield here, you can start seeing red cloaked Spartans dead in amongst our troops there, and you can see there moving up there. I don't think that new battle formation maybe suited Steve's play there. As I say, I think the battle plan there was to hold and pin us with the Spartans there, but they were so thin that they got taken out by the sacred band of Carthage there, I think. But just look at the dead here. I mean, you can just see how intense the fighting was there, all the way up through the battle line there. I say the red cloaked Spartans really show out on the battlefield. Now look at all this Scipii cavalry. Now a lot of that cavalry is mine. Remember when I charged into the Pontus pikemen there, hoping that the shock and charge bonus would cause a mass rout, but I think they got a couple of their pike units to turn just before my cavalry hit, so I lost a lot of my cavalry there. But as I say, if you look all over the battlefield here, it's just so intense. Different parts of the battlefield. You can see our Carthage ally as units have been extremely battle depleted there. If you just look at Carthage there, very small units left. That's all he's got. And I know that my own army has been very battle depleted as well. And I say, I think the enemy have just admitted defeat there. So anyway, just have a look at the units. I remember these are 82-man units. What's that? 8 men in that unit. 17 men. That seems a lot, doesn't it? 10 men in that unit. What's that? 6 men in that unit there. 10 men in that unit. 6 men in that unit. As you can see, my unit's so battle depleted after that battle. And poor old Viriato, I think he might only have 1 or 2 units left maximum, extremely battle damaged. There, you can see he's got 1 unit there. That's just 2 units is all he's got. As I say, our Germanic ally, I think he's just got some archers, 1 archer unit left. I think the rest of his army has been completely taken out. And as I say, you can see that our Carthage allies units are all extremely battle depleted. And this is the entirety of our 4 armies. That's everything that we've got left that you can see there. So that just goes to show how much of a grinding down battle this was. But I thought our team did really well there. As I say, we were on a losing streak of 4 games and we managed to turn it around there, so very pleased with that. Okay, first thing I'd like to say is really well played to everybody in the game, and as you can see, it was a close victory there, as we thought it might be. Just show you the highest kills in the game goes to Brotherhood member Mad King with his Carthaginian army, supporting all over the battlefield there, 1,503, so well done to Mad King. But also here I'd like to show you the second highest kills go to Pontus, Barclayman's Pontus there. And the third highest kills goes to Pompey there with his Brutii army. Got some really good kills there as well. So they got the second and third highest kills in the battle. Really well done to them. Did extremely well there. So well done to Crypto. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he was smashed on that right flank by berserker and cavalry hits there, so I think that's not bad kills for that, but I think his cavalry got most of those. Well done to Barclayman, as I say, second highest kills in the game with what some people might call a lesser 31k faction, Pontus. Well done to Pompey, bearing in mind he only had 10 infantry. Do you remember he only had 10 infantry? Got the third highest kills in the game. And well done to Steve, probably didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but I think that new modern battle formation didn't suit his style of play there, I didn't think. I don't know what you guys thought, but really well played, guys. Great battle there. Well done to Viriato. Nice attacking, aggressive tactics there by him. Well done to him. If you notice there, I've got the smallest Roman army by far, so the kills wasn't too bad there for my army. I'm quite pleased with that. As I say, well done to Mad King with his Carthaginians, highest kills in the game, and well done to TR. Possibly didn't get the kills that he wanted to there, but he timed, I thought, that berserker charge just right there. So as I say, I think our team did quite well here, and quite a diverse team. 2 Romes, Carthage and Germania, so it's quite diverse up against Rome, Pontus, Rome and Greek cities. And as I say, we just been defeated 4 games in a row by this team, who were really gelled as a team, really confident, and had the momentum of winning 4 battles there. So I think we did well as the losing team all night that had just lost 4 battles in a row. Okay, Spartan Commander saying look forward to seeing you soon, and bye for now.